Hello, crypto world. Wednesday morning, stock market opens basically up, not radically, but it's up. And there's speculation there's going to be some positive news about tariffs. The notion of positive news on tariffs is coming because Howard Lutnick, who's the Commerce Secretary, has said that the U.S., and I am underlining the word may, pull back on some tariffs against Canada and Mexico later today. That market likes that, obviously. But I point out as a footnote, what's missing from this? Any reduction in the relationship of tariffs with China. And China obviously is an important trading partner, but we would love to see something between Canada and Mexico dissipate so we wouldn't have to worry about this fight, because this is affecting the markets. Now let's jump over to crypto. On the idea that tariffs will be, I'm going to say, reduced, readjusted between Canada and Mexico has helped crypto. Look at this. It's basically mixed with a bias to the upside with Bitcoin, knocking on the door of 90,000 and actually traded above that earlier when that news came out. If we look at the hourly chart, Bitcoin traded as high as 91,000 when this news started to come out about the possibility that later today the fight with tariffs between Mexico and Canada will be reduced or changed, or there'll be a compromise. Now, there is something else that's going on that I think is very important and not being addressed by enough people. Look at the dollar. The dollar is very weak. And if I put a year to date, take a look at what's happened to the dollar. It was knocking and traded 110. It broke 105. Now, a weaker dollar is being caused not only by the uncertainty about tariffs. Remember, if tariffs are on, there's less transactions happening, so the dollar's less in demand. That's number one. And number two, there are people who believe America is kind of heading into a recession, which also brings down the dollar. And a declining dollar generally helps crypto and Bitcoin in general. So in a funny sort of way, today we have the prospect of tariffs being resolved between Canada and Mexico, and the downward movement in the dollar, which is in part caused because we don't know what's going to happen with tariffs. And it is helping Bitcoin, and we will have to see what happens today, because many people are waiting to hear the specificity of what Howard Lutnick is talking about in relationship to the deal with Canada and Mexico and tariffs. And we have to also remember, on Friday, we have a crypto summit at the White House. And that, of course, can affect things. But I think today people aren't looking forward to Friday so much as watching tariffs, interest rates, and, of course, the U.S. dollar, which is helping right now. But tariffs will be the most important thing. Amazing what it's doing to the dollar, though, at its low for the year.